Born in Hawaii to an American father and a German mother, raised in Germany, Banks' dual eligibility could represent either country. Has played for U.S. national youth teams. Now, he declined an invite to this camp, saying he's very torn between the two. It's a difficult decision. Doesn't want to base it strictly on this World Cup window alone, that he's in contact with both coaches. That being said, a lot of people have weighed in. Landon Donovan, the former U.S. star, he's weighed in as well. His quotes, he said a lot of different things, but I will just read this one quote from the Federation standpoint, particularly sporting director Matt Crocker, who makes these decisions. If someone does not want to play for your country, good riddance, goodbye. We are talking about a 19-year-old, though, and we're talking about a life decision.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, I'm a dual citizen. I have my Italian citizenship. Now, Italy wasn't kicking the door down to cap me, I'll be honest. So I just, for me, it was never even a thought. I mean, I played all the way up. I played under a 14 national team, all the way up to the full national team. It was always obvious. My heroes wore the U.S. jersey. The people I wanted to be like, you know, the Claudio Reynas and the like. I was always picturing myself in that jersey. It was so easy. So for me, I feel like a lot of this is a distraction, and I don't like it. If it's not easy, then I just don't want to talk about it either. I'm kind of with Landon on that.
Look, in my opinion, I'm like, why rush? He's a 19-year-old kid. I don't agree.
Might never get a chance to go to a World Cup.
But listen, I don't agree with the now or never comment that Landon said, or anybody else that's on that same bandwagon. He's a 19-year-old kid. Let him make a decision for his present and his future. Look, who knows if he's ever going to play for Germany? Who knows if Pochettino wants to bring him in? I know that they had a conversation. They might have brought it in, but this is what I think about. He's thought about this so long that he could have been in this camp and had a chance to go to a World Cup at 19 years old. He said no. It's not about that for him. He wants to make the right decision for him. He wants to make the right decision for his family. He wants to make the right decision for his future. So it's not just about, okay, he has to make it now because he might go to a World Cup or he's very talented. Like, let the kid, he's 19, he's still a teenager, let him take his time, decide who he wants to play for, and after then we can judge him on his performance. We can judge him on his level of commitment when he comes to the national team. But just let the kid breathe.
For sure. And listen, at the same time that he's not here, there's guys that are here, and so he's not in this camp. And so yes, for me, the discussion, I'm with you, Kyle. The discussion isn't necessarily, you know, now or never, or guys, he's not here.
It's a distraction. I'm with
correct.
You on that.
And the person that has to make that decision then is Pochettino, and saying.
But okay,
you know what I mean.
I get the distraction part, but do you actually think that he should be deciding right now? That's the question.
My whole thing is he might not get a chance to decide again.
And that's the risk he takes.
Yes,
and that's the risk he takes.
Absolutely,
that's a big call.
And at the same time, the manager has to make that decision, right? He has to make that call in terms of his selection, whether it's for the final roster or these camps in the here and now.
Whether it's youth teams for the U.S., whether it's the dress rehearsal we saw back in September when he was in New Jersey and he was in Columbus. The reality is that we knew at some point U.S. soccer was planning on him to be a part of the full national team. And now that's been exacerbated by his performances in the Bundesliga recently. So at the end of the day, and we had this conversation about Diego Luna growing up in a Mexican household, but wanting to represent the United States. I look at it as an extremely mature decision for a 19-year-old. Now, there comes a little bit of jeopardy in that conversation as well by not being here. It doesn't mean the door is closed, but it means that he's got to make the right decision for for himself. I don't hold him accountable for something.
Let's move on and talk about who's here.
And we're going to do that.